I cannot be discriminated against. I do have a right to be able to breathe O2, not CO2.
Is your name Dunning-Kruger? Like, what are you going to come out with next? Occam's razor? The simplest explanation is that I'm an idiot?
You are an arrogant, selfish SOB. You got proof of that?
Largest real estate developers in New York City telling employees they will be fired if they're not vaccinated by Labor Day. Yes.
So I wanted to talk about anti-maskers because I've collected a few videos of anti-maskers, you know, being anti-maskers. And I found them interesting because anti-mask protests have evolved. From 2020, you know, it's just your, I'm going to call the police, I got to speak to our manager. Where nowadays it's more, we're going to storm the parliament. Okay, it's escalating a little bit. Let's watch this one from October 8th, 2020. An old one, but a goodie that I don't think a lot of people have seen.
I know what I want. I'm here at the end with the understanding no.
So this person's at the store and they've been refused service for not wearing a mask. This was before most Americans had the vaccine, and the store was trying to keep care of their customers because, you know, they care about the community.
Technically discriminating.
I mean, if that's how you want to, no, I'm just saying, I can provide.
You can't just, by the way, you can't just say this is technical discrimination. Like, okay, I mean, we discriminate against like murderers from exiting prison. Like, I mean, you gotta explain to me why this case of this buzzword you're using is particularly harmful in this instance, right? Like, we discriminate against like I don't know, terrorists and such. Like, yeah, we discriminate against super spreaders. Yes, we do. Like, when you put the word technically into the sentence, it's you're just being pedantic now.
Reasonable accommodation.
I won't wear a mask because I can't. I'll have a panic attack. I will freak out. I will have an anxiety attack.
Hey, this is a good point. She has a health crystal. She doesn't need a mask. The voodoo magic will keep her safe.
Accommodation.
I won't wear a mask because I can't. I'll have a panic attack. I will freak out. I will have an anxiety attack. I know what I want.
Well, if that's the case, then stay home or not enter the business. That's your two options. If it's that harmful, and it's that it's going to cause all these things, which I'll pretend to believe her, then just go home, stay home. Obviously, if it's that easy to set you off, go home.
I'm here at the end with the understanding no one's in the store. You can either accommodate me by giving me an hour at the end of every day, an hour at the beginning of the day. I'm here to buy some things and leave. I don't want to.
They don't need to accommodate you. They're a business. They can kick you out for not wearing a mask.
Call 911 on you, but I will. I'm about to because I'm here.
If you're,
what are the cops gonna do? Business, you must service this woman as she coughs on all your employees immediately. Did you not see her health crystal?
you're committed to that, if you don't want to wear a mask, then fine.
So, would you like me to call 911?
I really.
Yeah, Lamau technically banning sex offenders from schools is discrimination with this logic. Yeah, exactly. It's not. It's not discrimination in the way most Americans think about it. She's just being pedantic.
Would not like you to.
Okay,
I would like you to.
I would like to not also. So
Can I
there is
get-
no one in the store. There is no one in the store.
There's me in the store.
There's you. So you stand 7,000 feet away from me.
Ma'am, I'm just trying to do my job.
Here, and I'm trying to make sure that I have rights. So you're going to hear that they're actually going. You'll make sure to hear that in the end. You're the one who'll be cited, not me.
Okay, fine.
So, yep, I'll just stand right here because I'm here. I've driven 20 minutes out. I'll drive 20 minutes back just for my babies who are hungry.
911, what's your emergency?
Man, she really wasting a whole hour with this nonsense. She wasted a whole hour with this nonsense.
Yeah, as per the 1964 Civil Rights Act,
Oh, God. Oh, my God. No, really? She's citing... No, the Civil Rights Act does not count this. By the way, who calls the cops and tells them which law, like, in which act made something illegal? Like, hello, officer. According to the 19 whatever crime bill, I see two people, according to statute 2 of the legislation, violating the marijuana on line 3, the marijuana law. No, just say, yo, I see people breaking a law. Just say they broke the law. Like, why you don't need to cite it. You're just doing it to seem smart.
What's your emergency?
Yeah, as per the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
The Civil Rights Act has nothing to do with this. If this was true about the Civil Rights Act, then no shoes, no shirt, no service would be illegal, but it isn't.
I cannot be discriminated against. I do have a right to be able to breathe O2, not CO2. And
again, you will be breathing O2 with a mask on, number one. And number two, has nothing to do with the Civil Rights Act.
And I am being discriminated against right now at a store. So,
are you calling to report something then?
Yes, that
I love how immediately annoyed they are.
I'm not being allowed into the store because I'm being discriminated against.
Because you would not like to wear a mask.
Discriminated against. And what store are you at?
It's called Bones and Scones, and I'm being discriminated against because I'm being told I need to wear a mask, even though I have a religious exemption right and a God-given right to be able to breathe O2.
Oh, a God-given right. Okay, well, that's great. Cite the Bible in court.
I thought it was a
CO2.
medical exemption.
Yes, medical exemption too.
Oh, damn, she's just switching back and forth. Well, that's very convenient that it both conflicts with her religious beliefs and her ability to have a panic attack. She can't even keep her story straight.
It's all under the same topic.
What is the location address?
So, what do you want me to arrest them for? Jesus said so. God is gonna be pissed when he has to explain all of this in court. Drew!
Let's see here. They actually have 3.
Okay.
It's the one on Vista Chino and Sunrise?
Vista Chino, East Vista Chino. So it's 1717 East Vista.
Can I be honest? If I was a service worker, I would despise working in the service industry. Just generally. I don't think I could do it. But this would be the most entertaining part of my day. Just watching this person flail about trying to find an excuse, honestly. I know for these people, the vast majority of them, it's literal hell. But
Chino, B as in boy, 3, and they close in 6 minutes from now as well, and I'm just here to buy a couple of items. So I don't know if this is going to turn into a whole long thing when I'm just here for a couple of items.
If you need them so badly, why not just put on a mask? It's so
because
easy.
I won't wear a mask.
Okay, that's your decision.
Okay, yes,
Ma'am, okay. Just try not to argue. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put
No,
a call in
I'll
for
follow
you,
your
okay?
lead. Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
thank
Thank you so much.
And can I get your name?
oh, did they censor the name?
I'm sorry.
Okay, they censored the name and all the information.
There's also not one person in the
Instead of mandatory service in the military, we should have mandatory service as a service worker so everybody would get a taste. That is brilliant and I love it.
store. They're about to close. You know, stores are actually accommodating
Do they
people.
have a sign posted that is saying that they're...
Right here.
So
Yeah,
right
you
now,
can have
it
the
is-
sign.
it
That
is
still
a
doesn't mean...
I mean, we're a private
it is
business
a
with private
mandated
rights.
Countywide.
Right, but it's also not a law. So I could actually, so you're one of the first people that I've called 911 who actually doesn't seem to understand that in the end,
She is gonna... That is not a good tactic. That is not a good tactic. Do not sass the operator. Do not go after the operator. You don't seem to understand, operate. That is the quickest way for them to immediately not care. She is done.
I'm actually the one with the rights, even though it's mandated. It's not actually a law. It's based off of
I
an
really hope they just
emergency-
hang up.
State of emergency that we are no longer in. So
But it's currently a municipal code that is in effect.
that's okay. I mean, you can say all you want. I do know in the end I have the right, and in the end, if I wanted to sue this gentleman, I could, and I will win. I'll work with Del Bigtree. I'll work with Robert Kennedy Jr. I'll work with
Robert Kennedy Jr. Yeah, sure, buddy.
Paul. And those are names that you might not be familiar with, but I am, and I know that everyone who calls in order to have their rights be supported, to be able to shop by being able to breathe in O2, not CO2,
Oh my
they're all
God.
winning their cases.
Okay, ma'am. I'm going to send an officer out to you. Can you just wait outside, please, for me?
I will wait in my truck. Here's the thing. What's going to happen is the gentleman is going to close his door because they close in 4 minutes. I drove all the way out here to purchase a couple of items. So what exactly should I do? Because I'd like to just walk on in, grab the items.
At this point, if he's not allowing you in, he is the owner of the store. They have the right to refuse service to anybody.
He's not the owner.
Illegal. Okay, well, they still have a right to refuse service if he's an employee there. And I am going to send an officer out to you. They can talk to you once they arrive. I have no control over if they close the store in the meantime. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, so then you could just let the officer know that I'm leaving and that...
You don't want us to come out then?
I don't want you to come out because all I really want is for you to support me, for me to be able to purchase a few items.
Okay, but I don't have control over them not letting you in at this point from the phone. And I am not able to...
Ooh, did she really? Okay.
Oh, are you going live too? Huh?
I'm just recording.
You're recording me? That's fine. You are welcome to do your research.
I really am blown away that she thought this was actually going to go her way. I thought she was just grandstanding, but I actually think she thought this was going to go her way.
Research to find that in the end.
Ma'am,
I'm actually right.
I don't care.
No, that's fine because I am here to be purchasing items. I'm not here to be speaking with an officer who knows that in the end I'm the one who has the right.
Yo, I guess that health crystal wasn't that powerful. She needs to charge it up more if she's going to use like voodoo magic to like convince everybody to like follow her.
Ma'am,
Like,
you
support
hear
her.
them. You hear me. I'm just doing my job. Can you step outside?
Yeah, And could you make sure that this gentleman gives me his name as well, ma'am? Just through the phone. Can you at least help me to get his name? If I could have your name too, because you.
My name's Aiden Bearpaw. I'm an employee here at Bones and Scones.
Good. Perfect. So at least I have your name, because if I wanted to, I could take it further, and I won't.
Okay, fine.
'Cause I'm not here to do that.
Okay, have a lovely day.
In the end, I was discriminated against for not being able to shop at your store.
That's your name.
Truly, she is just like those at Selma. John Lewis, if he was with us today, would be going to this woman and giving her an award for her fight for civil rights, truly.
Narrative.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. In fact, I'll just go live too for a second.
I mean, if you want
to.
to.
Okay. There
I'm
we
just
go.
doing my job.
And I'm just
I
doing
have
my
rules.
job.
I will get in trouble if I let you in without a mask. We have a lot of elderly
it.
customers. You
Right,
know,
'cause
it's
there are no
a county.
elderly customers
it
here.
really doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay. So,
Officer,
Aiden
could you ask her to
Bearpaw?
step away from the door?
Aiden
She's
Bearpaw?
making me feel
Could you
kind
just
of
tell me
unsafe
your
with
last
her.
name again? Bearpaw?
Yeah.
Okay, Aiden Bearpaw. Thank you so much.
Yeah, take care. God bless
thank
you.
you. You too.
Yeah, you're such a wonderful human being.
You are too. Beautiful.
These are next levels of passive aggressiveness that I love. Oh, the lock, beautiful. Okay. Next one. So apparently in Italy, they're trying to do vaccine passports, and some people in Italy did a protest of sorts against these vaccine passports with signs, crashing parliament, all this other nonsensical BS all over the vaccine passports. So I wanted to check this out next.
Collega Mollicone, deputato Mollicone, la richiamo all'ordine. Tornate al vostro posto e depositate i cartelli. Tornate nelle vostre postazioni.
Hi Dylan, hyped from the debate tonight. Good luck. Thank you very much. These protesters caused the session to be suspended, but it later continued with green passes on track to be implemented. Well, hey, it's like January 6th. See, try, and all they do is delay the inevitable.
Ma digli che non potevano sospenderla prima a questo punto.
Look, I don't know why any of these people would be angry about needing a green pass to go into a gym. I mean, obviously they don't care enough about mental health. I mean, about like health generally. So I doubt they actually go to the gym. You know, it doesn't really make sense to me. Not very surprising, to be honest. Oh yeah, they are speaking in English with English signs. CIA color revolution.
they're issuing health passes there, right? Where, you know, you can go to a disco or a discotheque, as they like to call it there, if you have a health pass. Is that something that the CDC would ever lean into or perhaps advise here?
You know, I think some communities are doing that, and that may very well be a path forward.
Companies like Google and Facebook requiring vaccines for all office employees.
Yeah, Don Lemon was just like, I don't care. Yes, I think all companies should mandate vaccines. He's like completely stopped, like, okay, we've tried to hold your hand. We've tried to pat you on the head and explain this to you. Obviously, it didn't work. We're going to make you eat your vegetables now.
One of the largest real estate developers in New York City telling employees they will be fired if they're not vaccinated by Labor Day. Yes.
We tried voluntary. You know, we could not have been more kind and compassionate as a country. Free testing everywhere you turn. Incentives. Friendly, warm embrace. The voluntary phase is over. We can keep doing those things. I'm not saying shut it down. I'm saying voluntary alone doesn't work. It's time for mandates.
Don't get the vaccine, you can't go to the supermarket. Don't have the vaccine, you can't go to the ball game. Don't have the vaccine, can't go to work. You don't have the vaccine, can't come here. No shirt, no shoes, no service. That's where I think we should be right now.
It's selfish. If you're unvaccinated and you're going around without being tested, you are an arrogant, selfish SOB. You got proof of that?
If you want to come out...
Wait, why did the Fox News host ask him if he has proof of him being selfish? What do you mean you have proof of him? Oh my God. Source? Source? Source?
To public, if you want to live your life, you need to get the vaccination. If you're okay...
You have proof of me being mad? You have proof of me molding? Prove it. Source?
Because I understand with people questioning their bodies. I like someone asking questions about that. But if you decide it's not the right decision for you, stay at home.
If you're a school teacher, if you're a nurse, if you're a cop, you need to get vaccinated. And if you don't, you need to look for another job.
The world is desperate for what we have complete access to here in this country. And only America, supposedly the greatest, is making herself sick.
Christ. Okay. So we got two more we're going to cover, and then we'll wrap up this segment on anti-vaxxers. So this was sent to me by my editor, Mr. Geek. So if you're editing this right now, thanks for bringing this hell upon me. This woman was singing an anti-vaccine song to our mostly senior, all-white, maskless, evangelical audience. This was not end well for many of them. Some of the lines included, "I refuse to leave my faith for psychopaths Fauci and Gates. Screw you and your damn mandates. Vaccine." Let's listen in to this amazing tune.
Particles in hydrogel. Particles in hydrogel. Steal the sense of taste and smell. 666, you're straight from hell.
666, you're straight from hell. My God, man. Usually it's not the devil saving lives, so I don't really understand how. I feel like the devil would actually be an anti-vaccine individual wanting more people to die of COVID, but okay.
Vaccine, 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 vaccine. They're begging me to take you, but I can't. Vaccine, 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 vaccine. Keep your spike protein and kiss my ass. You don't bend.
It really, can I just emphasize for a second how terrifying it is that anti-vaccine nonsense has become more and more and more mainstream as we see more protests in a widespread, either in stores or in the streets. We see songs like this, and even politicians. Later, we're going to talk about a story in a little bit about an RNC official expressing anti-vax beliefs. And you want to know where this started? 2015, Republican debate stage. Even though the anti-vax movement was there before it, It was given its highest profile ever as Ben Carson debated Donald Trump on if vaccines caused autism because Donald Trump was suggesting they did. I honestly think that was the foundation that this was built upon and on this huge explosion of anti-vax rhetoric. Debating a literal fucking brain surgeon on if it caused autism. He cited no evidence, but just said vaccines, autism, both bad.
The truth you flat out lie. More than little ferrets died. You're the centuries thalidomide vaccine. You're so smug and arrogant. I, for one, will not consent to your sick experiment vaccine. I refuse to leave my fate to psychopaths, Fauci and Gates. Screw you and your damn mandates vaccine. Hippocrates first do no harm. I'm not gonna buy the farm. No way you're going in my arm. Vaccine, 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 vaccine. They're begging me to take you, but I pass. Vaccine, 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 vaccine.
We're going to watch one more clip before going through some data about the effectiveness of vaccines, so you all have some more data to bring around you about why getting the vaccine is important. So, Walter Matterson, who has been one of my favorite recent YouTubers to kind of explode in popularity, has been doing a lot of IRL content with anti-vaxxers and conspiracy theorists, and he had a little interaction with an anti-vaxxer that I thought was hilarious, and I wanted to show you guys to wrap up the anti-vax segment.
You can take oregano oil. You can dilute 10 drops of oregano oil and drink that over the course of the morning and do that 10 days in a row, and your COVID symptoms will be gone. Now, if you're
I think that's total fucking bullshit.
I honestly don't care what you think. I don't think you've done your research.
Do you understand how Dunning-Kruger works?
I don't understand how anything you refer to even makes any sense, brother. What is that?
Dunning-Kruger.
Dunning-Kruger, what is that?
So like the stupidest people in the room think they're the smartest.
Is your name Dunning-Kruger? Like, what are you going to come out with next? Occam's razor? The simplest explanation is that I'm an idiot? You can...
I mean, that would be the simplest explanation, wouldn't it? I mean, he kind of walked himself to the conclusion there, buddy. He kind of walked yourself to the conclusion. I mean, if you want me to be for real with you, dog. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to wrap up the segment with a quick article. Chart. Less than 0.1% of vaccinated Americans tested positive for COVID-19. There's a lot of people talking about, well, if you get the vaccine, you might still catch COVID. I mean, technically, yes. But just like that last woman said, technically. But the chances of that happening are exponentially low. Like super, super low in comparison. Let's look at this chart quick. This is data from the CDC, by the way, if you want my source. Not tested for COVID-19 if you have the vaccine, 99.923%. So above, not 99.9%, above 99.9%. Breakthrough cases, 0.007. Hospitalized, 0.004. Died, 0.001. So it's not 0.1% for deaths. It's not 0.01%. It's 0.001%. Such a small, minuscule number that you're more likely to get eaten by a shark in the middle of Tampa Bay than die. Not like on the land in Tampa. Okay, not the best comparison. Can I say Oklahoma? I take that back. Okay, now I'm Dunning-Kruger. Okay, now my name is Dunning-Kruger. Okay. And why did I use Tampa Bay, by the way? It has Bay in the name. That was me. That's me going. I'm going through damage control mode right now.